And now for something completely different.
I'd like to introduce to you one of the staples of my diet. It's like one of the most perfect foods in the world. Captain Crunch. You cannot go wrong with Captain Crunch. I mean, this contains corn, it has oats, it has dairy when you put milk on it, and most important, every serving of Captain Crunch gives you your daily recommended dosage of fruit, crunch berries. And the great thing about this, I've checked everywhere on the box, there are no age restrictions on Captain Crunch. So people even my age can eat it. Now you might be wondering, why would I be doing a video on Captain Crunch? You know, I do a lot of freeze drying, and you'd think, well, Captain Crunch doesn't need to be freeze dried because this stuff can probably last forever. But wait, what if you're in the, let's say for example, you're in the second year of a zombie apocalypse and you want some Captain Crunch. And you'd like to have Captain Crunch with milk, but all the zombies already ate the cows. So how are you going to enjoy Captain Crunch without any milk? Well, that's where the freeze dryer comes into play. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to freeze dry Captain Crunch, not by itself, but we're going to freeze dry Captain Crunch with milk. So in the case you have a hankering during the zombie apocalypse for Captain Crunch, you'll be able to break into your food storage and get your Captain Crunch out and add water, and you'll have Captain Crunch with milk. Pretty simple to do. We're going to get the Harvest Right tray, and we're just going to take the Captain Crunch, stick it into a tray, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to freeze dry 3 servings of Captain Crunch. Just like that. The proper cereal to milk ratio, if you're going to be freeze drying your Captain Crunch, or really any other cereal, is 4 cups of cereal and 3 cups milk. This is the freeze dried Captain Crunch right out of the freeze dryer. It's all nice and dry, and you'd think it'd be soggy after all that time in milk, but that's a neat thing about sublimation, is that what was once soggy cereal is now nice and crispy. Now, if you remember, each tray had 3 bowls of Captain Crunch. So when we reconstitute this, we need to take 1/3 of each tray and put it back into a bowl. And we're going to go ahead and measure that to see exactly how much that would actually take. After taking 1/3 of the tray and put it into the bowl, each serving weighs about 70 grams or about 2.5 ounces. So now that we have that, it's now time to reconstitute the Captain Crunch and the milk at the same time. I have in my bowl here 70 grams or about 2.5 ounces of my Captain Crunch with the milk that has been freeze dried. So to reconstitute, it's really simple. We had a cup of milk originally, so we're just going to go ahead and add a cup of water back onto my cereal. And then we just need to mix it up to reconstitute the milk. Okay, there you go. Reconstituted Captain Crunch. And how does it taste? Tastes wonderful, just like Captain Crunch, and it's still crunchy. So there you have it. Freeze-dried breakfast cereal, or I should say freeze-dried Captain Crunch with milk, and all you have to do is add water, and you got breakfast. And this is really good in case you go camping and you don't want to have to haul the milk with you, you can go ahead and freeze dry your favorite breakfast cereal or granola with the milk and go ahead and freeze dry it. And then you just have to bag it up and you don't have to worry about taking milk with you or on the plane or on a vacation or wherever you might go. So I hope you learned something new. I really enjoyed this little segment because I really enjoy Captain Crunch. That's one of my favorite things to eat. But with all that said, I'd like to thank you for your time. Please subscribe. It's your subscriptions that make these videos possible. And as always, go forth and freeze dry the world and your Captain Crunch.